Assemble Deassemble voucher. Whenever we would be required to assemble the few products or might be required to deassemble the products, we will always use Assemble Deassemble voucher. Let's suppose we have spare parts of Core i5 system, but we don't have Core i5 system in stock. We get requirement from our customer for the Core i5 system. Now, as I explained, we have spare parts only in stock, but not the system. Then in this situation, we will assemble the Core i5 spare parts and will prepare our system for the sale for the customer requirement. And vice versa. If we get requirement from the customer for the Core i5, few spare parts, but we have Core i5 system in stock, not the spare parts, don't have spare parts in stock. Then in this situation, to fill the customer requirement, we will deassemble the system and provide the when we will deassemble the Core i5 system, then automatically we will get the spare parts of this system, and those spare parts we will provide our customer and will fulfill the customer requirement. Here for your guidance, we will post one Assemble Deassemble voucher, so yeah, you can get idea how you will manage your Assemble Deassemble and raise vouchers. In Assemble Deassemble voucher, we have two main tabs. First is main and the second is search. Search tab is only the searching tab to search the already prepared Assemble Deassemble vouchers and details in those vouchers. We will fill the details in first main tab. In first main tab, we have first field is serial number field. Serial number field is automatic field, you don't need to enter anything. Next is voucher number. Voucher number field is automatic field, software automatically generates valid voucher number for each Assemble Deassemble voucher. Next is date field. In date field, software always pick up current date, but this is editable field, you can change the date as per your requirement. Next we have two radio buttons. First is assemble and the second is deassemble. From these buttons we will choose that we are going to pass the assemble voucher or we are going to pass the deassemble voucher. Here suppose we are going to pass the deassemble voucher, then I will choose the deassemble button, means I will check the deassemble button. Next is remarks field. In remarks field, relevant to this Assemble Deassemble voucher, you can remark anything as per your requirement. This is optional field. Next is stock decrease. Under the stock decrease head, we have some fields to fill the details. First field is item ID. We will not select item ID. Item ID will be auto selected based on item selection. Next is item field. In item field, we will select the item. We will select that item which we want to deassemble. As I give example, the Core i5 system and spare parts. Suppose we get requirement from the customer for the few Core i5 spare parts, and in stock we have only system. So that's why we will deassemble the system and will provide the spare parts to the customer. Here I will choose system, Core i5 system. Now I will choose warehouse. Next is quantity. Suppose it's 1. Next is rate field. Here I will add the rate of the same system. Suppose it's 12,000. Next is amount field. Software automatically calculate the amount field based on quantity and rate. You don't need to calculate it by itself. Next we have stock increase. Under the stock increase heading, we have few fields to fill the details. First we fill the stock decrease details. Now we will fill the stock increase details. Means when we will deassemble Core i5 system, then we decrease the stock for the Core i5 system. But as we deassemble this system, then definitely we will get spare parts in our stock, and spare part stock would be increased. That's why in stock increase heading we will post entry for the spare parts. Under the stock increase, first field is item ID. Item ID field is automatic field. You don't need to select anything. Item ID will be auto selected based on item selection. Next is item field. In item field, we will select our item, that item for which we are getting increase our stock. Core i5 spare parts bundle. Next is warehouse. I will choose my warehouse location. It's Lahore warehouse. Next is quantity. Suppose it's 2. It is 6,000. Next is amount field. Like above, amount field is automatic field. Software automatically calculate the amount based on quantity and rate. Now we will add these same details in the grid. Under the grid, we have few functionality buttons. You can use these buttons as per your requirement. Now after filling the same details, we will save this voucher with the help of save button and can use the short key F10 as well.